Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Balatro. Finally, we've done it. We've unlocked the Plasma deck, and we're gonna play as the Plasma deck. Although there is one more deck to unlock, I have no idea what it is, but Plasma deck, I've heard so many things about. I've heard great things about the Plasma deck. It is a theoretically easy deck, but it's a deck in which you can get exceptionally high scores, and we'll talk about it as we begin the first blind here, which is at 600 instead of 300. One of the things that the Plasma deck does is it gives you double base blinds because it's so easy to get high scores. The thing is, this X2, it's gonna matter a lot early. It's gonna be effectively meaningless later, and we'll talk about that as we play. We're not gonna, polychrome? I'll take a free polychrome Joker, but then we'll fight the second one. How the Plasma deck works here. Am I on 2x speed? What the heck? Plasma deck works by balancing your chips and your mult when you score. We have a flush here. The flush is a 35 times 4, but when it scores, it's not gonna be 35 times 4. It's gonna score, well, 39 divided by 2, which is 19 and 20. So it's gonna be 19 times 20, but it's not gonna be 19 times 20. It's gonna be whatever these get added into. So you play a flush. It's a 68 times 4, which is really a 38 times 38, which easily gets us to the round score in one hand. I mean, 1200 on a flush, you don't get that in a normal deck. Now the balancing happens as the final action. So Baron Kings will up the score, any jokers that you have will activate, and then right before it tallies the total, it'll balance and then multiply. Now, okay, Mr. Bones, protect me. What a strange get early. Yeah, pair of spades, give me some spades. And maybe this is actually the incorrect thinking in the Plasma deck, and it absolutely is. We'll talk about that. First of all, Mason the Wolf, thank you very much for the resub. Keep up the good work, I hope so. Ka. The fact that your things get balanced means that you need to pump up one side or the other. Because if you have let's say you naturally get a score that's 100 times 100. Balancing won't happen, so you're not gonna get a benefit from the Plasma deck. But if you scored like a 1000 chip hand with a 2 mult, sure, that's a 2000 score, or it's 500 times 500 after balancing, which is a 25,000 point score. The more lopsided these numbers are, the better. And if we make it far into the run, I know I'm pausing here for a minute, I'm just thinking and talking. If we make it far into the run, I guess we should go for spades, shouldn't we? If we make it far into the run, when we start playing these like E20 hands, mathematically speaking, if we played 100 chips times E20 mult, we would score about E39. So at the end of the game, if you can go far, Plasma deck basically gives you like double your E value if you make it that far. So we should have some very exceptionally absurd high scores if we make it that far. In the early game, we want chips, stuff like Stuntman, because 300, well, it's not 300, but let's just assume it's 300. 300 times 0 is 150 times 150, that's 10,000, like, I don't know, 15,000 at least, something like that. Easily enough to score us past an ante. In the late game, we're gonna wanna transition to chips, and I think Wrathful Joker is not what we want, because this only adds 3, maybe like 15 to the number, the total number here. But there was another Joker in that shop that was foil, and or maybe just was like a pair adds 50 chips or something like that, that's worth more, because 50 is worth more than 15. We want high any value, whether it's high chips or high mult. Now, when we start getting to mult, that's a different question. And I don't know the answer to the mult question yet. But Mason asks, what does plasma do? So plasma, it balances your chips and your mult. So you want to have like 1,000 chips in one mult is equal to 500 times 501. It's very strong, actually. Create a copy of a random joker to destroy all other jokers. You know what? I wanna, first of all, this is very funny with 2 Mr. Bones. I wanna see if the mult happens before or after mult balancing. I think it's probably after, I think. I'm gonna seal up a card. I wanna buy that voucher just later. So we could get some free jokers, let's not worry about that. Mr. Bones is a very wild ride. So we play, well, hold on, we play spades. 35 times 4. Chips get added, mult happens, then it gets balanced to a 37 times 37. Now that's not enough to score us out, but that's fine. 2 pair, 20 times 2 is actually a 34 times 4.5, which is actually a 39 times 39 or whatever it is, and that's not bad. But clearly Mr. Bones are not that good themselves, because we need lots of numbers, and the times 1.5 on a small mult is not big numbers. That being said, mine. Like, the early game should be very easy because these low scoring hands that we have are totally viable. And weirdly enough, adding mult is not that good, although it's gonna get multiplied by Mr. Bones. 12, 18, 27 got balanced to like a 45 times 45 or something. I don't know, the numbers happen very quickly, but 10, jack, jack. Like, this should score it, I think, right? 60, 30 times 30, yeah. Very interesting build. Curse start, says Connie. Yeah, double Mr. Bones and a mime. Nope. I'll buy the voucher. We got it. Milt Thompson, welcome. How you doing? Weird mechanic on this deck. Yes! Yes! I'm having a good time, though, and I'm hopeful that we'll have a good run as well. Okay, I love getting a free tarot card. See if we can get a better, well, okay, never mind. Let's see if we can win. We should, right? Or is this a 1200 hand? It's literally 1600. That should be an achievement. The SFX when balancing happens to throw me for a loop, says Connie. It does sound weird. It's like, whoa. Okay. Dump, dump. 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 Hermit. Straight. We don't have any synergies right now. In fact, I think our run kind of sucks. Because the run is really just... it's a 400 point hand. The run is really just... Come on. Yay! Play garbage and then wait until we get a better Joker. We really need like Stuntman. Stuntman's very good because it is just a big flat value Joker. I should have used the Hermit. Why didn't I use the Hermit, dummy? I think we're gonna die right here just because I'm not focusing, I'm not playing that well, but I'm also just kind of teasing out the scores that we're getting here. You know, like this is gonna be important information for the future. You know, give me a Justice on a 6. Like, this is important information to learn how the deck will function later and how powerful of a run it can be later. 4, 5, 6, 7, no 8. Bunch of hearts in the deck, spades, lots of clubs. Mr. Bones will save you. Mr. Bones will save me, but then our score is gonna be crap. Sauter J, welcome. Ran out of Balatro to watch. So I picked up the game myself. Second run got to ante 13 because of early Midas, $1,000. Seems pretty good. Dun 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 dun. I think we'll just next round. This is such a cursed run, right? But this just goes to show you the value of the deck, right? Like, we haven't done anything to this deck. We have 2 Mr. Bones that give us 1.5 mult, and we're still, like, totally fine. Because balancing is actually pretty dang strong. I guess I'll just dump the spades. Queen, 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 8-8, why not? That +4 is actually pretty meaningful there. I mean, we're gonna use Mr. Bones, and I think that's fine. I'd rather not. We get to see if we get, okay, yeah, just one of them gets used. Saved by Mr. Bones. Well, we need a Joker. And weirdly enough, Jokers like Half Joker are not good enough. We really need a better Joker. What would I classify as a better Joker in this situation? Well, realistically, we need something that gives high chip value, because if we equal the numbers, it's not that good. We need one number to be a lot higher than the other to get most value out of the plasma deck, and because the antes are larger, we need even more help to do that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You play the 6. We'll figure it out, I hope, but I think we're gonna be using another Mr. Bones here. Oh, bad roll. And if anything that gives big chip value is nice. If there was a foil in the shop earlier, I should have taken it. 4, 5, 6, 9, 9, queen. Just give me a high card. 64 score, yeah, thank you. Well, Mr. Bones will keep us alive, again. And then we're gonna be down to only mime. Stuntman! He's the best. I should have used the Hermit again. But Stuntman is gonna keep us alive, I think. I have a 7 card hand all of a sudden. Can I win on a high card? Let's see. 17,000 on a Stuntman. Bong, bong. Because that high chip value, it's not 250 chips, it's 125 times 125 minimum score. Plus 50 chips if your hand contains a pair. Okay. Judgment. Well, okay, Hermit. Voucher. Don't make this mistake again. We get a Devious Joker for chips on a straight. Create 2 common Jokers. That's not bad. Yeah, why not? Why shouldn't I have it? Okay, pair and aces. Get 2 stuntmen. I mean, if we get an Ankh, 2 stuntmen would probably carry us for the whole run. As is, we're probably carried for the whole run because we have Stuntman. So it's a 25,000 flush, and then play a king. Another 17 grand. We should be searching for that purpled card, though. Now, this is not like a very good deck now. Hopefully it gets better. Not the best deck in our current moment, but that's fine. Okay, we're gonna get a little bit more money now. There, that's what I'm looking for. Hanged Man, remove 2 cards. Okay, so we've purpled a spade that we want to discard, so I'm actually gonna dump spades. We should also play pairs because a pair actually. Oh right, a pair actually goes pretty hard here. Okay. Cool 29, welcome. You winning, son? Hopefully, yes. Yes. Wait on this. Wheel of Fortune, Strength, Moon. One day. At the very least, I think we will make it past the first ante. Well, I'm just gonna play the sixes. And hope that we draw the king, which we didn't. I should have played more garbage cards with the sixes to try to draw the king. Stuntman with this deck, though, it just makes it very simple, I feel, doesn't it? Like, we're just playing Stuntman hands. The Stuntman hands. Like, here's the thing. 8 molts, 50 chips, which is worth more. If we're not multiplying the molts, the 50 chips is worth way more. It's worth 42 more in the final score. So Jolly Joker's not that great. The banana isn't, but if we can make the banana extinct and then get the better banana, then we can actually get molt, and then we can start building up that score. Dong. What a interesting deck and a different play style. This should do it. No, we had one more, which is actually perfect, because we can discard the king. I guess we'll keep buffing up the hearts. I actually didn't go into this anticipating buffing up the hearts. It was just happenstance because, well, I had a flush and I played my Empress earlier. Tarot cards, no thank you. Make a Joker or get money? Let's get money, because then we are pretty much at our interest cap. I guess buffing hands early is gonna be really nice, won't it? Let's go. Because buffing hands early means that you get better score just by distributing the chips, which is usually scaling pretty highly. Yeah. Anyways, just keep playing pairs. Now, we're gonna need more score than this, but for now it's fine. And the mime isn't doing anything, but I think you have to at least hold it. It's loving to hold. Straights, flushes. We're just playing pairs right now. I'll add a voucher to the next shop, why wouldn't I? $37,000 score. I guess one thing about this setup is that it is hard to score higher. Like, we're kind of hitting a limit of our score because really anything we play gets balanced. What we need is something added to the run that affects our score, like a molt or really just like another stuntman, more chips would be nice. I don't know. We'll figure it out one day. Queens held in hand, straights, spades, flushes and straights with 4 cards. I mean, that would give us a straight flush, which is nice. Shoot the moon is holographic and queen. I guess we can hold it. It'll work with the mime. Okay. There's our banana. I blinked and it was gone, but now we have a banana. Okay. Which is actually a very good combination because now we get molt, which gets multiplied which scales probably well enough at this point that we can get a little bit of a higher score. Oh, I didn't want to play the queen, but it was a random chance. Well, there's a queen. So we're at a 53,000 score right now. That's not bad. $59,000 score, pretty good. Dun 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 dun. Empress, well, I'll definitely take this. Empress's +4 molt is not that great, but if it gets Cavendished, then it'll be +12 molts, which will then get balanced, but I'd rather have it than not have it, right? Ula's strength actually seems really good right now. And then give me some money. Certificate. Man, I like certificate. It's a little late though. Dude, marble is perfect. Big chip gain, and it's foil. Yes. Get rid of golden joker. We have enough. Take this. That's gonna give us a really high score. Especially if we can actually draw the stone cards, because that's +50 chips, which is actually a +25/25, because it'll get balanced. $300 times 300 right now. Nice. High card build. Not really high card. It's pair because of Slide Joker, but kind of. 9. MHR, welcome. How are you doing? How's it going with the plasma deck? So far, so weird. You know, we're learning. We're figuring it out. It's a little funky. Oh, I wanted to buy the Fool card. I should have. These are too good to pass up. Now, I know I skipped it, but that Odd Todd would have been a really nice card to have. Because Odd Todd... This is fine. Odd Todd would have given us a nice flat chip value, which would then be balanced. $94,000 point hand right now. We're playing a lot of hands, but you know, it's my first time with the deck. Go easy on me. I mean, I think what we're gonna do is just try to win and then take the lessons that we're learning with us to the next run. Agrocrisia, welcome. How are you doing today? Play anything interesting recently? The lore of the banana is something quite remarkable, says Mel Thompson. The lore of the banana. +1 hand size. So a foil is nice, but I like that we actually have something to do with the Cavendish right now. I think we're fine. All cards debuffed until 1 Joker sold. I mean, we can do that, honestly. Actually, we don't care, do we? $41,000? Okay, we care. It's gonna be +50 chips, but I'm gonna play stones. You're 50 chips, unconditionally. You're 200 chips. You're molt, which you're 30 molt. Okay, I think I'm gonna... I hate to do it, I think I'm gonna sell the mime, because it's not giving us any score right now. Well, it is giving us score. It's re-triggering Shoot the Moon, so we shouldn't even be discarding those queens, but whatever. Okay, one more. Should do it. There we go. We'll be fine. We'll at least unlock the next stake difficulty. And we'll see how far we can take this run, but probably not that far, if I had to guess. Hit the road jack. It's a multiplier. Re-trigger. +1 hand size. I guess we'll buy it. You know, I don't... 50 chips? All right, well, I'll take it. I don't really know what I should be looking for on this run, though. We're on, again, plasma in general, but we're learning, we're figuring it out slowly. Glass card, sure. Dun. Chrissy says, Stardew Valley, still going strong. You and a lot of people. Mel Thompson says, look, Abe, there aren't many life forms on Earth that are utterly dependent on humans. One is the English bullfrog, the other, the Cavendish banana. Take your banana and shove it. Would you like a banana? $84,000 point hand. Again, like, it is sometimes hard to score higher because buffing our molt doesn't actually affect our score that much. We need both numbers combined to be higher, but that's hard to do sometimes. Destroy a card, add 2 enhanced aces, add foil, holographic, or polychrome to a card in your hand. Add enhanced aces. I'm buffing it so that if in theory I can duplicate it, it'll start scaling, right? Shoot the moon, jacks. I mean, next round. Although actually, maybe we should have replaced the bus with that. That would have been a better play. Death card. We'll keep that. Now, I would want the death to make another copy of the king, but unfortunately we don't have that option because the king has left us already. See, what I was talking about earlier is kind of happening. We're getting to a point where the numbers are equal. Kind of equal, like 300 times 200. At that point, we're not getting a lot of value from the plasma deck. The plasma deck's giving us not as much score as it would be if we had like 100 times 1,000, 100 times 10,000. We need to start scaling more, better, faster, stronger. To the moon, holographic, earn more interest. I think that's a skip. Dun, 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 dun. Guess we'll keep upgrading high card a little bit. We'll probably make it, actually, we're probably gonna die here. I don't think we have the capability of scoring this high. We've seen what our score is. You know, going from a high card to a straight flush, the straight flush is worth significantly more. You know, the chip value is ×4 and the molt value is ×2. But because we're playing on the plasma deck, better hands don't score as well as you think they do, because a lot of the bonus value is because the chips are a lot higher and the mult's a lot higher, but everything just gets balanced to roughly equivalent numbers anyways. It's gonna be a hard run to win at this point, I think. Chips per dollar held would be a good joker. The bull, I mean, we've had a good bull run in the past, absolutely. Getting this far after starting with 2 polychrome Mr. Bones is a testament to the power of this deck, says Connie. Yeah, like, Plasma does not seem like a hard deck. It's one of those decks where, if you look at it kind of mathematically, I think that there is a there's a weird difficulty curve. It's easy early, then it gets hard middle, and then it gets easy late game. It's easy early because everything gets balanced. It's hard in the middle because at about this point in time, we have roughly equivalent chips and molts. You know, we're building a run, and normally this would be where your run starts to pop off in a normal deck, but in the plasma deck, when the numbers are equal, the balancing does nothing for you, and at that point, you're not getting any value from the deck. And the fact that you have 2 times base stake difficulty just means that you're getting screwed. But then in the late game, when you start getting thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of molt, that gets balanced to the chips and your run becomes easy again because you're scoring so highly. So it's a feast or famine deck when you start getting into the middle game. But it's a very fun deck. It's gonna be very interesting relearning how to play Balatro because you kind of have to. Things that worked in other decks won't work in the plasma deck due to the rebalancing. Excuse me, but we'll learn as we go. For now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support the channel at the various links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Balatro.